Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how it all catches up with the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So it all will catch up with the narcissist. Again, maybe it won't be today, maybe it won't be tomorrow, but it will eventually, because there's a huge price to pay for abusing people. There's a huge price to pay for acting like you're somebody when you're somebody completely different. There's a huge price to pay for blowing up relationships, destroying futures, taking people's health, time, money, energy, love, empathy, all of the resources that people had. You see, when you go about the planet, when you walk all over the planet and you act like you're one person when you're somebody different, essentially a wolf in sheep's clothing, there is a very big price tag to pay eventually for doing that. Because you're not being authentic, you're not being genuine, because there's nothing you want more to do than to take advantage of unsuspecting people or people who do not even know that you, yes, you, the narcissist, exist. Now, why I share this is because it's that time of year, everybody, where we are entering the holidays. There are certain holidays that are approaching rapidly, and this is what many people are finding out, that they are becoming susceptible to what is called a holiday hoover. Now, a holiday hoover is very simply a hoover when the narcissist wants to reappear and to test the temperature of you to see if you will engage with them, or if they mean anything to you, or if you have gone no contact, etc., or if you will give them another chance. Now, the hoover can happen any time of the year, but during the holidays, specifically the holidays in the US, well, that's when there are a whole bunch of key holidays, and that's when the narcissist usually rears their ugly head, if they're going to. Not always, but at times. So why I'm saying these things is how there's a price to pay for the narcissist and how it will all fall apart for them. It's because the narcissist goes through life taking advantage of people. They go through life like a bull in a china shop, looking to destroy people's relationships, looking to take whatever they can from unsuspecting people. They want to place people in the devaluation stage. They want people existing in the narcissistic fog. And when these people, i.e. you or myself, when we were trapped there, we didn't know what we were up against because we weren't taught this in school. But what happened? After that relationship ended, we healed, or we are healing. We put ourselves back together. We elevated, we ascended, we grew, we changed, we processed so many things. And what do you think the narcissist was doing the whole time? That's right, they were just slithering away onto other sources of supply. They were not working on themselves. They were not introspecting. They were not being accountable. They were not taking blame or ownership of their poor behavior. It's not what they do. What the narcissist does is they take what they can from somebody. They take the best of somebody, and then they crumble them up like a sheet of paper, throw them away in the freeway, and they go on to somebody else. This is exactly what happens. But how there's a big price to pay for the narcissist and how it will fall apart, etc., as the thumbnail mentions, it's because these things creep up on the narcissist. You can't go through life taking and destroying people's relationships without there being a price tag to pay. And this is what will happen to the narcissist. You see, the narcissist at their core, they're hollow, they're shallow, there's nothing to them. They always, and I mean always, overplay their hand. They think they're the smartest person in the room. They think no one will ever figure them out. And the more cocky and arrogant that the narcissist becomes, essentially the more self-entitled, the more susceptible they are to tripping themselves up and falling flat on their face. So here's an example. Let's say you were divorcing the narcissist, or you did divorce the narcissist, and you were the breadwinner. You paid the bills, you raised the children, you did everything you possibly could, cooked, cleaned, paid for vacations, you did everything you possibly could. And let's say the narcissist didn't contribute, or didn't contribute that much. Well, what would happen? Well, the narcissist who turned out to be your spouse, and you didn't know what narcissism was because you weren't taught this in school, they became reliant upon you, and upon your cash, and upon you putting a roof over their head and raising the children, etc. Well, when you divorce the narcissist, or maybe you've already done this, you realize that not only is the narcissist a pitiful sight, but they play the victim card. They will play out the system. They will play their own lawyers. They will try and play out the judicial system. They will play the judge. They will instill the smear campaign. They will drag out that divorce as long as they possibly can. And why would they do that, you may ask? Well, they would do it because they're trying to hold on to you, first of all, not because they love you. The narcissist has no love. They're trying to hold on to your resources. Again, your time, money, energy, the roof you put over their head, etc. And they're trying to drag that out as long as possible. That's why when you're divorcing the narcissist, you have so many stays or so many missed deadlines, etc. And the the court system usually gets pushed back. Essentially, divorcing the narcissist takes a lot longer than you think it will. But it's by design. It's on behalf of the narcissist, because while you are playing defense or maybe even offense trying to get divorced from them, what are they doing? Well, they're squirreling away more of your money, making you pay a big price to be in that relationship, even for one more minute. And the price tag to pay in a narcissistic relationship, not only is it emotional, physical, financial, mental, spiritual, and every other way possible, but when you know that there's somebody you need to get away from and you're trying to divorce them, that is the most challenging thing. It's one of the most challenging, because the narcissist knows who they are, and they know if they drag it out longer and longer, you may, and you shouldn't, but you may give them another chance, or you may be pining for them, or you may say that, hey, holidays are coming up, maybe they're not that bad. Well, they are that bad. That's why you're on the channel and in the community. That's why you're getting your cup full. That's why you have or are about to divorce the narcissist, because these people are parasites. And what they did is they glommed onto you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship, and took advantage of you. Did they ever love you? No. Did they ever care about you? Absolutely not. They looked at you as an opportunity. They looked at what you could or would provide for them, which again was stability, a roof over their head, the ability to tolerate their poor behavior, the ability to put out the fires that they were starting intentionally, to raise children, to cook, clean, pay for vacations, 401ks, etc. But when that all goes away, what the narcissist doesn't realize, using this as an example, is if they weren't the breadwinner, or maybe they're not the hardest working person, they're going to pay a big price tag, because no longer are they going to stay accustomed to the level of lifestyle that they had. You see, now, post-narcissistic relationship, maybe you did get divorced. Well, now they have to figure out how to get the roof over their head themselves, or to write their first check, or to get the Amazon account in their name, or to put gas in the car, or to pay for the electricity bill, or the heating oil, or the rent. You see, the narcissist doesn't know how to do so many of these things. Now you may say, well, the narcissist, they know how to do those very well. Yeah, they very well may, but remember, not every narcissist is the exact same person. They're all different nuances to each and every one of these toxic people. And in some extreme cases, the narcissist doesn't even know how to do dishes, or they claim they don't, or they don't know how to pay a bill, or they claim they don't, or they don't know how to assemble a chair or a desk, or they claim they don't. You see, the narcissist wants to get supply from anything that matters. And what mattered most to them for a period of time was you, and your commitment, your resilience, your courage, your fortitude, your strength, your determination. You're not willing to quit on the relationship, and your empathy. And this is what the narcissist did. But when you are removed, or you've removed yourself from the relationship, it's the narcissist that has to look in the mirror. They're the person that has to say, oh my gosh, I actually did blow up that relationship. I knew I was pressing on that gas pedal a lot. I knew that the person, which was you, was getting tired of me. They were getting jaded. They were actually calling me certain things and using terms which meant they were catching on to me. But I didn't think that they would actually do what they did. Well, they did. I did. You did. Or you're about to do it. You see, each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. And it is the narcissist that has a big price to pay. You may think that it's you. Well, for a period of time, it was you. And it will be you until you heal, until you really slow your life down. You process childhood wounds. You see a therapist, you journal, you meditate, you watch videos, you write, and you really stay in that cocoon of boundaries and insulate and protect yourself. But when you pop out of that cocoon of boundaries, which is when you're healing, then you look back and you can say to yourself, oh my gosh, that relationship, it almost took me down for the count, but it didn't, but I'm here. And you know what? You don't care about the narcissist any longer, because they've become itsy bitsy, teeny weeny, lower than a piece of dirt below your shoe. You don't think about them the way you used to. You don't give them your energy, meaning mental energy. What you've done is you've processed the relationship, or that's what you're doing, and you realize that A, that person didn't love you, B, they didn't care about you, C, they looked at you as an opportunity, D, they don't care about anyone, and E, or whatever letter I'm on, they wanted you to stay stuck and trapped in the narcissistic fog. They did not want you to ever figure out who they were. They did not want you to break the chains of the narcissistic abusive cycle. They did not want you to heal. They did not want you to elevate and ascend and move and relocate and have the ability to take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book, to start your life over with a fresh, clean slate. They did not want you to ever not have them matter to you. Play that part again. You see, one of the pivotal parts in the narcissistic relationship is the narcissist needs to be needed. They're like a little petulant child who, when they don't get what they want, they throw a temper tantrum or a rage fit or instill the smear campaign or give you the silent treatment or triangulate you, whatever they want to do. That's why when you identify that this person that you were thinking about is a narcissist, you need to run for the hills. You need to get away from them as fast as possible because they can't change. They can't improve. Their behavior only gets worse over time. Their mannerisms, their likeliness of healing is zero. They can't heal. There's nothing to heal from. When they look in the mirror, what do they see? They see nothing but a empty vessel, a person with no soul, with nothing but wrinkles on their face and nothing but cowardice in their skin. The narcissist is nothing but shallow and hollow and a bully, and they know it. But when you left that relationship, or let's say that you were discarded, either way my heart goes out to you, you were in some of your darkest days. You didn't realize that you were in the trauma bond, that you were caught up in the narcissistic fog, and that you had a lot of healing to do. Well, now you know that you had to, or you're doing it because this is the relationship you need to heal from. As you are healing, the narcissist is reeling. They're reeling because they don't have what they once had in you. And you need to remember this. That's why you are what I call a beautiful, bright, shining light. That's why you have elevated or ascended higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars. And that's why there is no more room in your life for toxic behavior from the narcissist or any toxic person. That's why you must, if you haven't already, you must go no contact, block these people, delete them, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? And yes, I repeat myself in these videos over and over and over again. And the reason why I do that is because eventually you're gonna get another light bulb moment. Eventually something is gonna click like that. And you're gonna say, oh my gosh, Andrew's right. This is the path. I can't keep giving this person a chance. I can't keep thinking that they're the love of my life. I can't keep thinking because I'm married to them that they actually honor their wedding vows. They don't honor anything other than abuse, destruction, misery, disruption. This is what they care about. They care about keeping people trapped, tethered to them. They want people needing them. They want people pining for them. And when all that goes away, when you are removed or you remove yourself, and once you've healed or you are well on the healing path and you slow your life down, then you look back and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, that person honestly was worse than I thought they were. And they can't change. They can't ever introspect. They can't be accountable. They're stuck in that tiny little script that goes around and around and around in their brain. It's like a record, a 78 RPM record from the old days that just goes around and the needle keeps playing around and around. And there's nothing new on that record. It's the same old song and dance. The only difference is who is going to be trapped in that cycle with that record spinning around. Will it be you? No, it won't. Will it be somebody else? Probably. But what you need to do is get the message. You need to save yourself. You need to go no contact. You need to understand that how the narcissist behaves, there's a huge price tag for them to pay. And believe me, it may not happen on this planet. It may happen after they exit the planet. Maybe it will happen right now. Maybe it will happen tomorrow. I can't tell you when, where, or how, but I can tell you there is a huge, huge price to pay for going through life and abusing people, manipulating people, stealing people's identities, stealing people's souls, stealing people's purposes, stealing people's relationships, stealing their health, their time, their energy, their empathy, their love, their money, their possessions, their hobbies. This is what the narcissist does. It's what they're doing right now, and it's what they're gonna do tomorrow until they stop existing on the planet. But every single day the narcissist abuses more and more people understand the level of toxicity that is capable of another human being, if you want to call them that. This is why you need to stay away from these people. This is why you can't overshare. This is why the narcissist should know nothing about you, not your hair color, who you're dating, where you're living, what classes you're taking, what you're doing on a day-to-day activity, how much money you have or don't have. The narcissist will weaponize anything they can against you, but when you are removed from that relationship, you need to take this and take this very seriously. You need to go no contact and do this. Go radio silent, because your silence is a superpower, and it's a superpower on steroids once you identified that the narcissist never ever wanted to do anything other than learn about you and weaponize it against you at a later date. So let's say you have ended the relationship. Let's say you've been out of it for 4 years. What would you do if you encountered a new toxic person? Would you give them another opportunity? Would you believe in what they're telling you? Would you ignore red flags? Would you trust your instincts or intuition? Or would you sit back and observe and watch their words and pay attention to their actions? And if their actions match their words, maybe you could enter a communication avenue with them. But if it's a narcissistic person, and I hope I said that right, you need to run for the hills. If your spider senses are tingling, you need to get away from them as fast as possible. You need to not communicate anything about you. They shouldn't know one word about you. Flip it. Let's say that you meet somebody new. It's years later, you've healed. You're at the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference. You meet somebody who seems to be a kind, loving, stable person. Well, what do? Well, you test the waters with them. You listen to their words. You watch their actions. You pay attention to what they're doing. Are they calling you every morning at 7 o'clock telling you they love you? Are they saying, I want to be the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night? Are they bombarding you with emojis throughout the day? Are they knocking on your door? Are they over-gifting? Are they calling you up at 9 o'clock on a Friday night and saying, I can't live? All of these things we experienced in the past, these are all the behaviors of the toxic narcissist. That's why we need to get away from these people. We need to understand that their baggage is just that. It's their baggage. It's not our baggage. Their problems, their concerns, their misery, and their manipulation was dumped on us for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. We do not accept or receive that any longer. Now we have boundaries. We can say no, the strongest word in the English language, and we understand how important and valuable we are. We are the priority. We come first, second, and third. And for us, we already paid a huge price tag to be in that narcissistic relationship. You may ask, what was it? Well, I'll tell you what it was. 1, it was healing. 2, it was now taking the rose-tinted glasses off on the planet. 3, it was seeing who people really are. And 4, it was understanding and recognizing that not everybody has our best interest at heart. And at the top of that list is the narcissist. But what we've done or we're doing is we've healed or we're healing. What's the narcissist doing? They're continuing to destroy people's lives. They're still spying on people on social media. They're still creating fake accounts. They still have enablers and flying monkeys swarming all around them, feeding all the nonsense that they need to elevate themselves. But when all the flying monkeys and the enablers disappear because they see behind the mask, and the narcissist is left in that room, that pitch black room, without a cell phone battery charged, they're gonna remember all the damage they inflicted, not only upon you, but upon their own kids, their spouses, their friends, colleagues, parents, coworkers, neighbors, people in communities and or hobby groups or work that they were part of. And they're gonna have to reflect, even if for a minute, and they're gonna say, well, I really blew it. But you know what? I blow up every relationship I become a part of, and that's what I do. And trust me when I tell you, and I'm gonna close the video, there is a huge, and I mean huge, price tag to pay for the narcissist to behave the way they do. You don't want to be around when that price tag has to be called in or cashed in, because I wouldn't want to be anywhere near the narcissist when that massive, and I mean massive, narcissistic collapse happens. It will not be a pretty sight to see. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And towards the end of the video, I may have fumbled something there. If I did, I apologize. The point being is if you are in a relationship and you tested the person and they seem to be a kind, loving, stable person, well, give them a couple chances. But if you see some red flags, run for the hills. You don't have to explain anything. You don't defend anything. You don't overshare anything. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you shouldn't have shared anything in the beginning of that relationship. You now need to take the lifelong learning lessons from the past, i.e. from the narcissistic relationship. You need to apply them to present day, and you need to not predict the future. You need to live in the present moment. Remember, you live in the present moment. The narcissist lives for the moment. There's a huge difference there. The narcissist will go any which way the wind blows towards any direction of the next new shiny object. That's why they're always on the go. That's why they can't sit still, and that's why they don't care about people, because they blow any which way the wind goes or go any way which way the wind blows. That's not you. You're a kind, loving, stable, healthy person. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.